Hi, Big Poppa here. I'm gonna make something great out of leftovers. When you start smoking a lot of meat like I do, and I'm sure you people do too, and you end up with these leftovers and you're trying to figure out what to do. Well, actually, it's really cool some of the things you can do. I cooked a tomahawk prime rib and I had some left over. So I cut it out, the meat from the bone, and the real pro tip here is I put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes to make it easier to slice. So I have a very sharp knife. Look, I'm here, I'm gonna shave this beef. And what we're gonna make is we're gonna make horseradish mayo, the prime rib, some melted cheese, ciabatta. It's gonna have some tomatoes, it's gonna have some grilled onions on the Twin Eagles grill. You see here, I'm just getting it really nice. Now I may take some of the fat out, I may not, because I'm gonna hit this on the griddle, the fat will render and melt and actually add flavor. So we're gonna get this all sliced up and I'll be back and show you how we're gonna get this cooked together. So we have our thin sliced beef and I'll be back with the rest. Okay, as my good friend Tuffy Stone tells me, what he learned, classic French chef mise en place, which tells you to kind of be prepared. So I showed you how I sliced the roast beef. We have the roast beef, we have thinly sliced onions, we have garlic butter for the bread, we have some tomatoes that we're going to hit with little Louis. We have some horseradish and mayo. It's a tablespoon of horseradish to about 2/3 of a cup of mayonnaise, half a cup. I got some arugula that I've bristled with some olive oil and some red wine vinegar. I got my safflower oil for the cooker. I'm going to hit it with little Louis, the tomato, and then the meat's going to get hit with cash cow. So now I've got everything. I've got my ciabatta bread already sliced. I have my mayonnaise spreader, my butter brush, some boar's head Vermont cheddar. So what we're going to do is we're going to start the Twin Eagles griddle teppanyaki at about 275 on the left side. And that's how I'm going to saute the onions. And we're going to give the onions about a 5 to 10 minute head start because I really want them nice and soft. That should be really awesome. And then we've got the tomatoes, which I'm not going to cook, but I'm going to sprinkle with little Louis. I got the arugula ready. So when the meat's done, the onions are done, I'm going to butter the ciabatta, I'm going to put it on the griddle, and I'm going to toast it really nice. Get that garlic butter in there good. So let's go outside and let's cook this puppy. Got a little safflower oil. This is going to be the onion side. Some good coverage there. Spread it around. And a little more oil. Little Louis, seasoned garlic salt with black pepper. Look at that. Okay, so now these are going to take about 15 or 20. We'll come back and visit them in just a little bit. Okay, our onions are beautiful. What I'm going to do, I'm going to let them just kind of stay there. I'm going to turn down it to warm just to keep it heated. Now we're going over to this side, the meat side. Get a little of that safflower. I use safflower because it's got a higher burn temp. So like olive oil, great flavor, great everything, but you don't want to use it because it starts smoking earlier. And so peanut oil, safflower oil, avocado oil, they're my go-to. So I'm not really looking to cook this. I'm looking to heat it up. Okay, I'm looking to give it a little more flavor with the cash cow. Cash cow. Cash cow. Here we go. Okay, let's just hit it lightly. Here we go. And believe it or not, I'm just putting a little water in there. It's going to kind of activate the cash cow. Some Vermont cheddar. Melt it on this. Just taste it, make sure it's okay. Where I come from, that's delicious. Move it over and get ready for the bread. We're going to take our garlic butter. Stir it up good. I like to get the edges for good because they caramelize first, and I want to get that garlic in there. And so it's crispy, crunchy garlic. This is the fun stuff right here. Creating something with leftovers. Again, this is leftovers, kids. Let's see how this looks. Oh, I just kind of want to eat that by itself. Look at that. Just beautiful. About ready to assemble and serve. Some people are going to get an awful nice lunch today. We have our horseradish mayo. Then let's lay the meat and the cheese in. Some onions. Here we go. Some tomatoes over here. Okay, this is looking beautiful. Now our arugula, which has got a little red wine vinegar, a little olive oil. Now here comes the fun part. Look at this. Woo! Now I'm going to trim it and serve it. Nice little bread knife.